English Broken Businesses. We are all about Black excellence, bringing local entrepreneurs together to inspire and motivate you through business.
So it's simple. What you can do is to listen to this story and be inspired, and show to you guys nothing is impossible. If they can do it, so nathi singayenza bantwana basekhaya. Sit down and chill and listen to this wonderful story.
Follow your dreams.
We've traveled the world, bro.
Jeez.
We have not physically been there, but we've traveled
of
the
course.
world.
The people come to
my
you.
friend. We've hosted people from Luxembourg, guys from Singapore,
Jeez.
China, Japan. We've had guys from North America, Korea, guys from Peru, Brazil, UK. Like we've traveled the world, my bro. Spain, Italy.
It's English Broken Business once again. Beke li beke, ivigi nevigi. Each and every Thursday we bring you nothing but the burst mouth-watering stories from Ekasi, from Elokshini. These are stories that are here to inspire you, to motivate you, and also to remind you, Mtansekai, you can also make it, regardless of where you're from. You know, we're not a Shwashui channel, we're not a Mkosi channel. We are a channel that brings you a raw stories from Ekasi, from Elokshini. And once again, I would love to thank our viewers, our subscribers, who always follow us and watch our stories and like and also comment. If you are the new subscriber, comment, like also, and also do share our interviews, our stories that we are posting each and every Thursday night, 8 p.m. So thank you so much, guys. Namhlanje bafethu, I'm back again. A Lookout Hill. You know, it's been months, bafethu. It's been months not being around a Lookout Hill. The last time we were here, we did the Khayelitsha Fashion Week, so we are back again, bafethu. 2023, we are here with these two gentlemen. They're gonna introduce themselves, bafethu. Shabkunjan Khurtman? Shabkunjan. Shabkunjan Fuit. All right.
Shopura, na?
Grand prayer. Mkhulumana bani?
Theto no Ayanda mlongwam.
Ayanda.
From Emakhaya, Khayelitsha.
Ayanda from Emakhaya.
Actually from what ABCD concept.
We're getting there. Sure. And this is Ubuntu, right?
Ubuntu, yeah.
Ubuntu, where you from?
Born in Johannesburg, but ekhaya ku Eastern Cape.
Ntwana usuke eKaSlam.
Mhlaba seTsonga, Joburg baby. But
Where
yeah,
in Jersey?
Yeah, I was born in Natal Springs.
Natal Springs.
Yeah, I was born there.
That's
Way
like a woman
back.
so much misty.
Yeah,
I know. That's a Kurule.
Yeah, but actually I grew up in Khayelitsha, in an area called Side B. And of course I did my school in Kwalapekasi.
Sure.
Tumisa was my primary, and then Tembelihle was my high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're born at Jozi.
Born at Jozi.
So you're Joburg
Import.
born. Yeah.
Cape Town import.
Yeah. So before ngiyakuda ere nguHrutman uyaya ne, mina ngifuna ukuringa nawe eqala ukuthi how was you brought up? Like when you came here,
Sure.
whatever year it was,
Yeah.
mofika like Khayelitsha, how it was for you? Because uqalela like your lower primary. Yeah. So how was it for you?
I mean, as a light as a Lokshini,
Sure.
I grew up like any other guy. Of course, eskolweni, I was active. Of course, I was kind of like inspired by role models or people around me. I remember one of our eldest cousin brothers, he was an athlete. So that was a goal, and my brother was a soccer star. So that was another goal. So I had to compete with these guys.
Professional soccer star?
No, not really professional soccer star, but you know, when you play around and then he has boots and everything, and everyone is talking about him. But and then on the other
fixtures
side,
are
my fixtures are guys, and he was one of the good guys. And then the cousin now, he was running, and he used to wear the Western Province colors and everything. So there was a standard, and he would brought trophies at home, which is at my aunt's place.
Yeah.
So that on its own, it was an inspiration.
Yeah,
Like you need to really, you know. So I also naturally fall into sport, and I grew up playing. I did long distance running in primary. And
so this is at Kumisa?
Kumisa, yeah.
Sure, shout out to Kumisa.
I played the frisbee, mini cricket,
Sure, you did all sports.
And then I ended up falling in love with the basketball. So basketball, I mean, I got into be fortunate and travel through basketball. So I've went to Jersey countless times, you know, to play, you know.
Basketball?
Basketball.
Jeez.
We are one of the hottest teams.
Yeah, but I know with basketball is for snobs. So in ukulele cast, but no snob
I'm
pagad.
telling you, I think I'm black outside and
Yeah,
I have
white
a white
inside.
inside. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, through basketball, I was fortunate to travel throughout South Africa and see Zindo that my parents would not afford for me. So for free, basically playing from school, and then from outside school we play as a local team. And both, you know, it worked very well because you would be knocking off at school about 2:30.
Sure.
By 3 o'clock you're at home, you're done. By 4 o'clock the training starts. 6 o'clock you're going back home, and then you do your assignments and your stuff. So it was life on Jalo. But you know, when you're growing up around, you have your friends that you grow up with from around your neighborhood and guys that you fought with.
Yeah.
Sometimes because you always have to
Cool,
you
like
know,
it.
cool.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I mean, I grew up like that. My mom was a single mom, of course, and she's still around. I'm retired in the Eastern Cape right now. I mean, I grew up with my two other siblings, which one was playing soccer. And then, of course, I continue with the basketball. I was very fortunate, you know, I think I was in the right places at the right time, where it started from a school and then it continued outside.
It continued. And I must say, when I'm going to Buntu, to say, the basketball kind of like saved you, the activities that you were doing. Because I know with La Ukulele Corner, it's kind of like a rough place.
Yeah.
So,
Too much.
that character, you know, you're rough. And I didn't pick up from you guys from the time I met you at 18.
But
you know?
I got this. You feel it cheesy. Yo, guy.
You gave me the soft.
My guy, nothing comes soft at Luxin for real. There's nothing coming easy. It's like even at the age of 10, you guys go out and do your own things. Like, I mean, going to a Monwabisi beach at the age of 10 with other young boys, going to what's this, Mnandi beach with a train. Like, those are incidents as a child you
go
get
through.
to go through because everyone is going this way.
Exactly.
So if you're not going that way, you're going to wait for your mom to come back. And then at the 1st of January, on the New Year's Day, you only go to the beach. But those guys are going to the beach. So, I mean, everything had to be like really, I mean, my mom was supportive. She never attended any games. So I played soccer as well, ne? But we played soccer here at Lukshin, ne?
Sure.
And walking from a side B to a Makaya was another challenge on its own. That's another drama.
Yeah, I know the distance
from my
side
neighborhood
B
to his
Makaya.
neighborhood now. So it was a challenge. When you get there, it's either if you're not marked on the way, someone is gonna steal your lunchbox at the game. You know, such kind of things. Those things demotivate as well. Or when you're there, because you're not part of the team today, you have to give your shoes. You have to, at the field, you have to pass your shoes to somebody else, must play with your own boots, you know, such things, you know. So those things are demotivating. And then, of course, there is no rewards at the end of the day. There is no, like, a certificate of progress.
Just playing for fun.
You've completed this thing. But I was once called Benny McCarthy.
Number 17.
Of course, basketball then became the pressure from my peers that were coming every weekend when we're coming back from a weekend, coming on school on Monday. They come back, they played in UCT, they had hot dogs, they got a juice. Like, I mean, they just went to play basketball. Like,
and then they come with such things. When you're skinny, you don't come back with anything.
I just scored one goal and then that was it, you know? Come on. And at the end of the year, they come back with medals, you know? So you see, like, this one is moving.
This other one is not moving.
It seems progressive when you're still outside, but it was really progressive because look at it, it afforded me an opportunity to travel, and 16 hours with the bus was fine. As long as it was going away from home, you know? So it was fine. I mean, I ended up, Ayanda, when we were coaching the kids from a special school in 2017, took a team, started with the team in 2015. In 2017, I was appointed as a head coach for the boys under 17. We went to national games.
For basketball.
The What is it, Kanen? The kids, there's the special kids school.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So different schools made up a provincial team that was selected. Of course, I was part of the selection process.
So you became a coach.
I became the coach of that team. We went to Joburg. We lost against Gauteng. But okay, they had the advantage.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had the
Home ground advantage.
home ground advantage. But yeah, man, I mean, we went that far, and since then we then decided to focus on the key part of the business, which is where our revenue comes from, which is tours. And because we were not paid for that as well, and you know, starting a business and just
Never
saying,
easy, bro. It's not
everyone
an
is
easy
asking
journey.
questions.
Yeah.
You know, when the month ends. You
Yeah.
know, like, I
Get
go,
the galad, yeah.
You
Is there any
stopped
figures?
working and now you doing this thing. Where's the money, bruh? You know,
The
so-
big question is the money.
yeah, when are you really making money? So it was there. But I mean, we grow up like that. See, I'm still staying in Kasi.
Lovely.
I'm still humbled. Yeah.
So you're even proud to say Usaseka in a manch, and you love your hood,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean,
This
I
is
still
where you
work
from.
around here, bro. You know.
And Kasi made you. Anyway.
Yeah. No
Your mother
doubt,
made
no
you.
doubt.
Your Kasi made you.
No doubt.
I'm also interested to history saga writing. Saga yeah. I mean, you look like money, bro. You look money. You look like Zongshang with 10K in Tanaya Should I expect any EFT in that?
Mhlambe manifesta message.
Thank you so much. You've got a new investor in English broken business. Now, yeah.
From my mouth to God's ears, man. From my mouth to God's ears. No complaints. No
Yeah, I'm
complaints.
good, bro. I'm good. How is life, bro? You look good.
It's lifing.
It's lifing.
It's lifing.
Are you also lifing, though?
No. I saw a trailer of a movie that's like, I think it came out.
Yeah.
It's called Living, yeah, bro.
Living. Oh, is that a movie?
Yeah. And there's this old man in that movie talking about the day-to-day of like what you define is your life, yeah, bro.
Sure.
So you wake up, go to work, come home, engage with family, wake up, go to work, come home, engage with family. So
The routine, eh? The
yeah.
routine. Sure.
But he's old, yeah, bro, so he's reflecting in terms of, is he living? The actual question.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro. So that's life.
Sure.
In that nutshell, where I'm thinking, are you creating the same routine, or are you looking at pockets of growth, yeah, that will define what would, at the end of the day, become the life that you want. Yeah, so it's but I'm downloading it.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah, but I'll tell you
excuse
about
to interject.
No problem, man.
Because it's what Albert Einstein, he says is stupidity.
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over.
Hallelujah. Kuweka again. Kuweka again. At least you know.
No. I grew up, so basically I grew up between Isaipi and Makai, but majority of my time was in Makai.
Makai, yeah. Are you far from a court?
Exactly by a court.
Gule circle.
Jeez. So for most people, they don't understand. Khayelitsha, during its inception, there were like areas that were developed specifically by banks for black workers who just wanted to buy housing and not go and get housing from the government or allocated like pieces of land. So my parents were one of those people that had a house that they created. But unfortunately or fortunately, it would create a black middle class type of setup,
Okay.
because we conformed to the...
It's just for middle
Yeah,
class.
no.
He's from the semi suburb.
Yeah, no, it was among the peri-urban.
Or peri-urban. Okay, cool. Sure. And we are here. Sure.
So it was like as areas in Jayana, man, and it created as expectations.
Yeah.
So fortunately enough, now I was raised by a band who were quite creative. Maybe Tunga basically made church garments and
Both parents.
both parents.
Jeez.
It was funny to have a band to meet and have something in common like that.
Jeez.
So I was a creative kid growing up. Of course, this strat will call you to test you physically. So sports was there.
Yeah.
Sports was there. So I played Ebola, which was like my biggest love. And in my street, there was Dr. Mboza, so there was a team already. So as soon as he saw you as Stratweni showing potential, you were recruited.
Oh,
And then Idisk. I like that you just recruited and you have no choice. The stadium is 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away. Like literally it's nasty. So you can't say I won't go and play. So started playing from age 9.
Bruh.
I started as a left back. That was strange. And the nickname was Ustability because I like
Ustability. I used to have a friend also. We used to call him Ustability to Gugu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugugu Ntabat, may his soul rest in peace, my friend. We used to call him Ustability, but he was.
No, I started
Ustability, exactly.
I started at back, like because I made sure at back.
Ntwana, akekho lie.
And then I was like, one time I became a goalkeeper because there was no one else who was like wanting to take the position. I think people were just afraid, man. So I don't mind. But my actual skill set was in the middle of like controlling the ball.
Yeah.
Being in the central middle.
Yeah, with supply.
Yeah, that came later, like when I was 13, people was like, I'm an excel. Actually, you're left-footed. And left-footed people are quite dangerous when they play.
Are you?
So I was playing in the central mid.
Jeez, bro.
For quite some time.
Yeah.
But I could still play back.
Yeah.
Because that was how I got into his sport, like playing a back.
Sure.
I never loved Udlale Frandi, and when I was in high school, that's when the change happened, yabo. Because now there's an opportunity to do art, and ibola sekasi siyayazi, like move from Udlala Mandela Park, play the Tafro our colored friends, yabo.
Bro, I know that for
And it was brutal that side. Like that side, it was brutal because the difference between a colored soccer player and a black soccer player is that inherently skills come with us in a natural because our ball revolves around the flair.
Yeah. I know a black man has got a flair, bro.
In the colored community, fagwe mahashini, baba. Stamina.
Askichi.
And for us, training is a ball.
Sometimes that's not. We've got a skill.
Stamina, my friend.
But the stamina is a shy.
And got fee. You got fee, like literally. So we had to try and every time when you're gonna play, make sure, especially 1-2
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it's machine, you're like, and I'm not winning this one.
Yeah.
So I stopped grade 9 with Laliti ski.
Oh, okay.
I decided to do art full time.
Yeah.
Because I already like had the natural gifts for art.
Sure.
But it just took a teacher to recognize my excel. There's potential up, and she baited me now because she gave me an assignment that had different things to do.
Okay.
So I drew those things. Apparently, I was creating a portfolio that I didn't know.
Oh.
So I gave her back those things. She took them back to the art school, and then I got accepted. And then one time she called me, was like, hey, after school tomorrow, stay behind. Yeah? I'm gonna take you somewhere. She took me there, dropped me off at the art school.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, from today, every day after school, come here. Now, through a few of us used to walk past. There was 6 of us in the beginning,
Yeah.
So imagine, Goku, I'm used to being home by 4. I have to get home by 7.
Jeez.
And then I'm used to just 7 subjects. Now it's 9 subjects now because there's 2 edits.
2 edit now.
And then at school, you used to calling on member.
Yeah.
And now I'm told to call Cheryl. I'm like, hey, there's a lot of changes.
It's like there's a disrespect.
Yeah, I'm like,
say,
I'm not
ma'am,
like,
yeah.
What's your surname? It's like, no, my name is. I'm like, yeah, I get your name.
Angikwazi ukubiza ngegama.
Yeah. So it was a big shift, but a good one, because it's where art opened up the world, because there was so many topics around the art, the history of the art, which is intertwined with the history of the world and many other things. And you learn about all these greats that were there that were definitely doing his so. But also it shows you reality as well,
Yeah.
And that's where you recognize, I'm a Kasi Township boy that goes into a public school, and all of a sudden I'm in this private space where my parents can't afford to give me
I get you.
It was a true test.
And sometimes the slung saka sikho mnandi sifana nesami.
Hey, bruh.
You must watch a lot of cartoons, a lot of sitcoms, comedies.
I know. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
I wouldn't say that was. No. I was okay with that department.
Cool.
I think the only challenge was the tech side, because I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the laptop when I go home, So I need to stay an extra hours to just use the computer lab. And I don't have the internet in clean, so I need to make sure weekends and say library.
And when I've got those privileges, with no man I'm using my mom's laptop or my dad's laptop.
Assignment.
Yes, sir.
Like, I remember the first time before the iPhone was actually released as the iPhone.
And people, they don't know that there was actually iPhone 1.
Yeah.
That could not even record videos.
My man.
It could only take pictures.
I saw Umdana that I was going to class with having this thing. Like, I don't know what's this.
Yeah.
And it was like it played umculo, did these things. I was like, shit.
Yeah, like an iPod.
Yeah, you know, and in my mind I'm like, fam, hey, mna ngiphethe V360
Flip.
V360.
I don't know umuntu okudala. You're exposing your age.
I don't worry. Ngiphethe V360. Yeah, I'm like computer nabanye. Even the N90, N91.
Jeez, the
like,
Nokias,
yeah,
bruh.
they had a Zano. Like competing this out. So it was literally like a period where you're like, yeah, no.
I'm not in their level yet.
Not at once, but also I think I'm socially as well, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I would say it showed me Cape Town's racism, my bro. Because, Yazi, I always feel there's two types of white people for me.
Sure.
There's Ipuru and then there's the English one.
Yeah.
Ipuru is straight up front.
Yeah, it's like a
They don't
black
like you,
person.
they don't like you.
Yeah.
They like you 100%.
Sure.
And then the English one,
We pretend like,
yo, my bro.
but it's not the real smile. Like,
No, it happened. Like
Yeah,
it happened like in front of my face with a friend, and she didn't say like I was coming behind.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and I was like, yeah, we have to be realistic about like these smiles. Like, are they genuine smiles,
I've seen them.
or are they
I
just
still see
smiles
them
that
today.
are just there?
Sure.
Which was at a high school level, as a student, you start to see things by how I don't belong climbing in this space. So I'm being given a way just to soften me up.
Yes, sir.
Or is it real or is it not?
Yes,
So
sir.
it was a great test, but it pushed me to explore more of myself now,
Sure.
and start to be conscious about spaces, and also understand when I get this lane and when I come to a car. So also to know how to engage with Abano, because sometimes we get intimidated when we get to a new room because we think we don't belong, or what you have is not worth it.
100%,
So
100%.
It showed me a lot of fun.
Yeah, 100%.
So I took valued Lando, and when we got to start the initiative here too, we became more mindful as well. Like you now have to just show up with the work, bro. At first, most you want to dress up, have the suits, look this guy you
Look
talking
proper.
to, he's wearing flip flops,
Yeah.
shorts,
Yes, sir.
and he's the decision maker.
Hey, I'm a Havana.
Hey, bro.
I'm a Havana and I'm a skinny jean.
So it literally all those memories prepared me to get into Landau. I now know. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just need to be a better reader of this person that I'm going to engage with. I need to know are they giving that fake smile, and when I'm gone, are we not having this conversation anymore, or are we genuinely going to do something as well? Because it's a situation at Kubelin. But yeah, no, my man. I kuleleka faced the same challenges. Had to scrap up a few times like any other township boy. Had to quickly face off in other communities as well. And I don't want to lie. In a colored community, one thing I respected was one thing. If you hit one colored boy, make sure you run out.
They all come for you.
I go out of school, Baba. Go out of school.
They all come for you.
Koduka. So I respected that whole unity that they had.
They have each other's back.
They always. That's how
they have each other's back.
So
for them, family is very important.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, family for them, it's like a priority.
I don't know. I respected that. So even I knew I don't scrap up in those communities.
Yeah.
Even if I can win the fight, rather win the war. Forget the fight.
Than a battle.
Aye, bro. No.
Yeah.
But I know.
I would like to say to our viewers, it is very important that we share such stories as how the people we're interviewing bakhule kanjani enekas, because what they went through probably you're also going through. Where are you from? Mtanzania, Soweto, Tembisa, from Alexander, or you from around here, Cape Town? You know exactly what they're talking about, because every man's struggle, every black man's struggle, it's our struggle. So now I can relate to what they're saying, and now I believe you can relate to what they are saying. So the only thing that you can pick up from what they're saying is how they survive from those situations. But now I'm coming to the interesting part as to who they are now. Benzani, Bapeteni, badume ngani eKasla Cape Town eKhayelitsha. Grootman, I'm coming back to you.
Sure.
Buntu Ayanda. Meeting Uyaya or Ayanda, angazwa ngimbiza Uyaya imka nickname. But abo Ayanda babiza bo Uyaya eCape Town.
Ayas,
Aylo. Yeah. So I'm right, man.
Yeah, I mean,
lovely.
Different people are calling him those names. Yeah.
When did you guys meet? Which year you guys met?
We met 2014.
Oh, okay.
2014, like, I mean, I had like years of working. After high school, right?
Sure.
Of course, I passed my matric up at Khayelitsha, school called Tembelihle.
Okay.
And then, of course, the following year, I was a Grootman, Nam.
Yeah. So we know.
I was looking for a scholar.
Sure.
Unfortunately, Zanganis Fumane, I got in the bursary though for like for anything like I needed like textbooks and stuff that I would need.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I never got the school, and I ended up going to Damelin, where I was like trying to get into tourism.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, 25K was quite a lot of money, you know. It was quite a lot. So and that time actually, I was already working as a cleaner. In observatory, so you know the shopping mall called just behind the residence, the res, CPUT or UCT, just behind it. There's a shopping center there. I started there during my school days. Like I would.
So which one you talk about? Because there might be people that they familiar with it. Is it the one at the ShopRite or the one at Pick and Pay?
Pick and Pay.
Pick and Pay.
Yeah, Pick and Pay. I was
that's around the
there
bush.
with more. No, in observatory, obs.
Okay, St. Peters.
Yeah, St. Peters.
Yeah, St. Peters. I know St. Peters.
Yeah,
And then after St. Peters, it's Groteskir.
Yeah.
I know.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah, so before then, I was like, before I got I was got Pick and Pay straight, bro.
Yeah.
And then
because there's Pick and Pay, and then upstairs there's a stay.
Yes. You know your Cape Town. You know your Cape Town.
Sure.
And of course, I was there with Pick and Pay when they calling on the speaker on Pick and Pay aisle number. Bad, we need a cleaner there.
And it will be Ubuntu there with them.
And then, I get to meet my like schoolmates, guys that I went with at school. So now I have to look down. Somehow I end up not liking my job. And then I resigned Before I met Ayanda, I was working in a catering company. I was like 5.5 or 6.5 years later, and I was already tired of working for somebody else. And I had every day then to my ex, said like, hey, I need to just find I need to go back to school and do something, but I still want to earn something,
Sure.
But all of those like thoughts, they were just manifesting, and then in 2014, I decided to resign from work after I had applied and gotten accepted at the Graduate School of Business, which is where we did our 6 months program through the Raymond Ackerman Academy of Entrepreneurial Development.
Sure.
Of course, there was a lot of guys that have done that program from Khayelitsha who then became an inspiration for Tina. On myself, I was a far distance from them, but Ayanda had a better view of them because he was always in front of them.
It's always the case.
And to him, it's like, these guys are always coming back. They're super like amplified, and they're just taking things over,
Sure.
And for me, I was really inspired by the Spinach King.
Shout out to the Spinach King.
That guy inspired my story. I was told in 2014 about an innovative business idea. That was the innovative business idea, like where I was told to think outside the box. Yeah, Ulufefe.
We just had him.
I know. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to you, Ulufefe.
I mean, Fleb. Those guys. I mean, there was Fleb, there was Sizwe, there was Owara, there was Vince. Like a list of guys that were like literally coming from the Raymond Ackerman, and they were like literally taking off. So for me, I was inspired by Ulufefe's story, which is I didn't know about him living in Khayelitsha. That there's a guy from Khayelitsha that started spinach bread. Like, what kind kind of bread is this
And
one?
it's been all over the world,
You
my
know?
man. Yeah.
So, I mean, ndangasazi for real. Like, I was like imagining the song as
Spinach, like, yeah.
So that was my first okay, I call him a mentor because he's the guy who brought the opportunity to me. You know, you're working in a corporate, I'm moving with my trolleys, there's ne coffee, ne biscuits, ne flasks, ne carbs, like namans, ne glasses. I'm moving around the passages, you know, the corridors of the building of an engine, you know. Who had previously sponsored my basketball trips, you know. So now I'm working there as a contractor. We had a company that, of course, that I was permanent on. So. That had a contract with Engine, so we were just providing the service to our Engine staff, which is at the head offices in town.
It's about square.
Yeah.
Ntwana mina ngiyalazi kazi. I know.
So yeah,
Because ngiyalazi Tiba Square. Yeah, the head office.
From B2 underground all the way to the 8th floor, where the CEO sits. I was there, bruh. I know all those areas.
Opposite to Standard Bank.
Yeah, with my trolley there. I'm moving all around. And next door they had the petroleum building. Also, they had a couple of floors that they had. The building next door. Which is a hotel. Some floors are like their offices.
So you were the guy with the trolley?
I was the main guy.
Fine.
If you had me, I was your plug. You know, whether you're working for which department.
I was there a long time ago.
For lunch, I would sort you out, bro. You know, but yeah, man. I mean, I worked there, and then I decided to resign. Of course, this guy helped me with an opportunity. He was an engineer on the 6th floor. And you know, sometimes when these people are stopping you on the floor, you're thinking, "Ish, this one wants this biscuit."
Sometimes it's not about that.
This time it's not about that. It's like, yo, bruh, I haven't seen you. You know, when you have time, and please come through to my office.
Exactly.
I'm like, first thing that I'm thinking, maybe is coming with a better offer than what I have here. Which is work-wise. Not still thinking of like this guy could be setting me up for success to go back to study and then of course do whatever I want. Took the time off. I couldn't wait to go back to that guy. I went back to his office. We said, he told me like about this opportunity that he's wanting to present to me, about this guy who's from Khayelitsha, because I'm also from Khayelitsha. So this guy is from Khayelitsha and he started this bread. And now you're from Khayelitsha, meaning now you have a potential from Khayelitsha to do something. I was like, where did this guy come from, bruh? Like, I mean, I'm running away with the trolley that has leftovers for this guy.
And then now
but this guy is coming with something else. And I'm like, yo, do you know what he's like?
Can't miss the opportunity,
You know,
bro.
I was like, this man who doesn't even know me is telling me about something that I would not even hear from my manager. You know, my manager would never told me like there's another opportunity.
The whole stranger.
But he wants to retain me so that I keep on doing what I'm doing for them. So, and I was making a lot of money for them, bro, right? Because when I left there in 2014, I was already serving the executive board. So I would sit there and crash into a boardroom that people are discussing budgets. What's the plan? You know, what's the plan? The CEO, the shareholders are all here. They're depending on me for coffee, for water, for sweets, for like everything, bro. So I mean that was an inspiration on its own. I'm standing on that floor on the balcony having a cigarette. Imagine, I'm watching Standard Bank, all of that area. Like, come on, Joe. But what am I earning? Ask me how much am I earning here? I'm earning only 2.5 a month.
Monthly?
Yeah. 2.5 and 25 is their color,
Baba.
You know,
2.5.
2.5.
Allows the 2.5.
Bro.
But the passion is there, obviously.
You know, like, I mean, these guys must see me, you know, I must be on their face, you know, because there was an old man that was there before me. So I wanted to show, like, I'm young, I can do this thing. A number of guys, like, called me in their offices privately, just giving me a file, like, hey, I want you to store your stuff in this file. I don't know what's this for. Keep this at home. I've just been given just a nice cover just to keep my stuff. I don't know what this means, you know. But yeah, man, this guy gave me this opportunity and I applied. And of course, I went through the shortlisting. We're about 130 or 129 of us for an orientation day. And of course, we went, but they were looking only for 30 students. Yeah, so I like you imagine yourself in 130.
Fine.
And you're like,
and then you guys made it.
1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And then it
You
came
know?
to you.
Yeah, and we were given fair opportunities where you did like a kind of like a quick test literature, and then they invite you for an interview. So they give you, and then they pair you up for an interview. So you don't go alone. You go with somebody else. So they might be asking Ayanda a question, and I'm listening to that question. I'm listening to him answering that question.
Yeah.
So I need, it's my turn, I need to make sure that whatever he had said,
Yeah,
I level
yeah,
it
balance.
but yeah, I always confuse. He knows, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, those things, those small things, like
Yeah.
being in the lecture room, you're like, wow, this is it, bro. You know, I mean, I think I spent my first few weeks just confused, like what's going on. While I was accepted, now I'm in classroom.
Yeah.
There's Amachita Pila, shout out to Pila. He was one of the guys who inspired this movement of this water.
Jeez, bro.
With the Pila water. But yeah, there were guys like him or Fana. Like, I mean, a lot of guys, or Tato, or Vuyisa, like these guys are like, they know what they're there for. Now I'm still like, I was working in the catering. I was like washing my own plates.
Yo,
like,
guys, the
3
story.
weeks ago. And then now I'm in the
I'm
lecture
here.
room.
What am I doing here?
Wow. Hey, bro, is this it? You know, these guys are, they know what they're doing. And I remember I passed my matric in 2007, and I went only back to school in 2014. So Kabanga, bro. The gap that was
What a
there,
journey.
You know,
What a-
the reports that you have to submit
What
every
a
Monday.
journey,
What is the
bruh.
report? You know, you're finding all of those things.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, having people like him and all the other guys, it was easy, you know, to fit in, and of course for your voice to be heard and everything. And of course, I always had this, you know, front going. I'm a team player, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I mean, basketball has taught me a lot of things. Yeah,
Sure.
Same like those. So there are moments where you feel like, hey guys, what's going on here? Yeah,
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
And
No, but when Ubuntu, I must say, Uyaya, ne? Ayanda has played a huge role.
Sure.
Like he had a lot of impact.
Yeah.
A life in Yako, a
With
new
a
journey.
lot of things, bro.
A lot.
Yeah. Like, I mean, let's go back to, say, 2015 when we're studying.
Sure.
The first call. I'm doing the call in December. Was it me or was it you?
I don't remember.
Eastern Cape 2014 December. Like,
Sure.
I'm like, yeah, I pick up a call. Say, bro, yeah, sure. What are you doing next year? Yeah, I know, man. We must link up, you know.
So this is
December
December time.
While everyone is having everything,
and then he's already asking Ntwana when's our next year.
What's happening next year?
Jeez,
Like,
bro.
yeah, something, man. Yeah. It's like, okay. And there was
This
Pila.
guy's
the third
thinking
guy.
ahead. Yeah, like his
January,
mind
we're
is-
like, okay, we're here now. Like, when can we meet, girl? We met at a place called Hub Space. Harare, which is one of the first like pioneered like co-working spaces, the Khayelitsha.
Sure.
That was by Mel's most. So we met there, the three of us, but we had to come to a conclusion of every conversation, like it has to end up with something. Unfortunately, Lupila couldn't join us. He was staying in Nyanga, and he had a kid, so he had a commitment. So starting something fresh, it was not going to work for him, and he had an offer for a job, you know, in one of the banks now that's popular in South Africa.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
he had that gig that was going to make sure that it pays him,
Sure.
for him to support. So we ended up together. I remember the first few days we were sitting in his room, Emakaya, which is in his now new house.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're sitting in his bedroom because I got no furniture.
This is the beginning, bruh. This is the
Project okay, keyboard Nancy, PC. Okay, must type. Okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, we're gonna do sporting activities. That's how the journey starts.
Yeah.
Right. Couple of months down the line, we get to a pitching competition organized by Kappa Live. They now Black Canvas. Mamachita, Lloyd, no Vince. They did it here. I pitched. We won. The manager of the space, the lady who was managing the space, he was part of the judges, and she was like, part of our ask in the pitching competition was to win the competition and pay for an office space, which is a hub space. And then she happened to be the manager of this space, which opened up in 2014.
Yeah.
And now it's 2015, and we are still looking for an office.
Fine.
So she was like, you guys should go just across, because the pitching was just opposite.
Come through, bro.
Come through here and see what you guys think.
Yeah.
We came through, we're like, we're staying here. And we chose the space at the back there. I mean, we had to attend meetings, we had to attend events.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like all of those kind of things. And Glenda Beicho, that he is raised by a couple, which is his parents.
Yeah.
I mean, they played a role, bro. I mean, some days I would not have money to go and attend a meeting to town. It's like he's already, the money to come back. I do have the 10 rand to go, but
come in.
Yeah, and we didn't communicate this, but when we're closer to the ring, I'll be like, hey, bruh.
I don't know your paisiseka.
I don't think it's a while to go to, man. Like, nah.
And you'll be like, nah, I got you,
like,
bro. I got you.
Oh, sure. It's like, okay.
I got you.
It's like, yeah, sure. It's like we didn't have this conversation. I know. Let's go. Yeah,
let's go.
Some days I remember this one time. He had to take a taxi, and then he had to stay on the window so that he can see me when he's picking the taxis by my side, so that we can drive together. So
brotherhood.
So I have to stop a taxi that I don't know whether he's in. Like, okay, this is it. So that now other people that are seeing me, they don't see like there's someone inside the taxi who's stopping the taxi for me. You do feel those things sometimes. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stop it myself. No, I'm not gonna pay for it.
What a journey!
But
what a
yeah,
journey,
I mean,
Buntu. What a journey, man!
Pitching competition, we couldn't, like, I remember 2016, we were in part of the youth start.
That one.
Part of the youth start. So we're busy at Philippi Village preparing a presentation with somebody else who was not there right through the journey, but we just got at that last moment, like, come and give us your input. Yeah, he gave us the input, was good, but yeah, it costed us on the pitching, but never mind. We'll talk that one day.
Sure.
So from there, okay, so we have tomorrow morning to go and pitch.
Yeah.
So if we split that day, tomorrow morning I'm not going to be able to finance for going to the pitching competition. It's a
at
top
Philippi
5.
Village.
It's now going to be in Grand West. We're in Philippi Village for an event.
Yeah.
So now the pitching competition is on a Saturday morning. So we have to go to.
And when you're not going to have funds.
If I go home. So now I'm going to bother people that are not even willing to finance what I'm doing. Yeah, bro. So it was easy to say, okay, let's go to your place. For the first time, I slept in the couch in his house. So that the next morning we can wake up and go, you know? And there I'm only wearing my chino and a shirt and our first sporting code printed t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's cold the next morning. I still have his jersey, by the way.
Till this day. Sure.
I was like, this one is mine. You know?
It reminds you of the days.
I mean, yeah, bro. Like, I mean, we've been through, as was the indoor, we've been through our first paycheck, through our first revenue guarantee.
Sure.
You know, we've been through together to our first, say, like, hey, let's take this money away, bro. It's like, we're thinking the same thing. Yeah, let's put it away, this one.
Lovely.
Our first investment.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And I must say to our viewers, it is very important that we share such stories with the people that we interview, because the journey, it's very important where they got into, where they are. You know, I know it seems a little bit longer, but it's very important that you relate and you listen to their story. Some of us, we don't want to become a us boy. You know, we don't want to serve, but we want to become kings and queens. You know, sometimes you have to become an ice boy. You have to become, you know, they have to back to me and stuff, back but you know where your end goal is. You know, so before I close, I'm just gonna ask Uyaya as to what they're doing now. What are they busy now? This has been a long time friendship. It's actually brotherhood. It's no longer friendship. It's a brotherhood. You know, so wherever you are, never ever feel good. Nah, this person is using me. This person is making me a nice boy. Serve, so that tomorrow you're gonna be served. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So don't be mad as to what people are thinking. No, that is your journey. You know what you want and you know what you want to have. So this is actually what Ubuntu has shared with us, the things that he went through, you understand? His taxi fare was paid by Uyaya and all of those things. It's not like Uibari and stuff like that, you know. He was serving, and him being serving, it paid off today, you know. So, Grootman Lam, Yaya, what are you guys up to? Nchunan now, recently.
So before I say what's Senzani,
Yeah.
I'd say, so in business I'm learning about that there's 3 types of investments.
Oh, okay.
There's friends, family, and fools, which is the triple Fs.
Friends, family, and fools.
Yeah, and-
It's a food and I'm standing. Sure.
And basically, like everything we were able to do, it was because coming from 2 different environments, where the conversations you have on the dinner table are not the same, there might be less pressure on my side in terms of, okay, you need to be clean now at this specific point of your life,
Yeah.
but we're just going to support your journey. So, when I spun and I'm like, I literally had never had a job where I'd say I'd not find your CV and yeah. But
Serious?
then the parents were always people who, in situations where they could assist. Yeah, besides the newspaper one. Besides the newspaper job that was paying 50 rand, I was like, Angbuya.
Not coming back.
Yeah,
Sure.
So, and even up, I was in high school. I was like, I can't live.
Yeah.
So there were people who were flexible enough and like, okay, you guys have a vision, a passion. You want to lendo, nanzimad, amban. Like that was it. Yeah,
Fine. The donors, we call them donors.
that's why friends, family, and fools. Yeah, they were willing to chip in, put up a resource, and we did the work. But our journey started like in 2015, of course, with these sports. And as my brother was saying up, that we just had to pivot, because tourism showed that there was more money. And now we could answer the question of, because with the sports, we were operating with the 0 bank account. And we had to show up and give abundant prizes that we had to hustle for, get different people to sponsor the events. Whereas with the tourism, I need to show up, contribute my time, deliver, get paid. So Airbnb played a huge role in that chain. They approached us in 2016. Actually, still a ban. Just chilling here at the back. With the current head of the Airbnb in South Africa now coming, she was just the only person pitching an entire presentation on who we were, spending hours researching us, and then deciding except Jens, I think you guys are great for this opportunity. You guys could be amazing hosts. And I think Nati, the biggest thing was we started a business to do uchinjo in the community.
Oh, okay.
And I never knew that tourism was a passion kabundu.
Yeah.
It just happened that it was a divine thing that was brought to us.
Sure.
But in that process, it was...
The 25K for Damelin,
Sure.
It was divine. And then one thing that hooked us was Airbnb was an established business that had over 1 million homes.
Jeez.
So the math in our mind was 1% of 1 million. Yeah. We're good. 10K.
That's quite a lot, bro. Come
10K,
on. 10K in Ghana, that's quite a lot.
At that time, that's
it's a grand. That time, obviously, yeah.
10K with bank accounts, just 1%. And then they hooked us saying they had a revenue guarantee. We just needed to commit to the platform. We were as parat. It's parat.
Inside.
Yeah, it's parat. That discipline came in then. Okay, financially, we having a money that we've never seen, just being paid.
10K in Ghana, it's quite a lot of money.
Bro, forget 10K, 1%. Getting paid to just be on the platform and host 3 guests. That we did 3 tours in 2016.
The whole year.
The whole year, bruh. But every month we're getting money coming into the account to show commitment that we were part of this journey. And we started seeing, man, there's something up. So 2017 came, we started to level up a bit as well. We bought our own bikes, were able to become guides, got to be doing first aid. If they set a task, but guys, you need to comply, do these things. Well, sure, fine. You're giving him money, it's there. No excuses.
Guys.
We're just gonna show up.
Jeez, bro. Guys, this is business 101.
We're just gonna commit to this thing, and then even look at, okay, cool. How do we present ourselves, Moko? How do we show up presentable? Because again, we were not quite sure about what was the right business process.
Sure.
When I go to meetings, should I come as Ayanda dressed up scruffy, or should I come as Ayanda dressed up neat, yabo?
Yeah.
Because you don't know who I am.
Sure.
Even if you search to Google, nothing
I'm not gonna
pops
find
up.
you. Go LinkedIn, I'm not gonna find you.
On a resume. So you
Sure.
need to show up proper. And the good thing is we both had two different skills. Buntu administratively was the stronger person than I was. Creatively, I was the stronger person than he was. So we just made sure that those things balance. We're gonna continue doing the work as a pair, and he's the left brain, I'm the right brain. We just
So you balance like that.
we balanced the work, and we both showed up and made sure that people knew by Excel. We're not gonna play around. There's money that's on the table.
Exactly.
When I take this thing seriously.
Sure.
We're not gonna play small up and be as if we can't do this thing.
Yeah,
If someone
yeah.
is like, can you guys do this thing?
Ni sure ukuthi ngayithuna right there. Ngitangitha abantu base UK base America, are you sure?
Yeah. And again, it was being flexible. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I broke down the tours, we started with a three-day experience, which was running, then doing a coaching clinic, and then people joined us for a reminisce of where the journey started, and then the meal at Rands. It Rands at the time was not even the vibe
That popular like it is now. Sure.
We were there, and then we're just showcasing this thing. So when people give feedback, you adjust according to the feedback. We made the product better. When the platform was changing, we also changed with the platform. Wow. And we were like, okay, our blueprint are literally the bigger guys are selling on us. Airbnb seems to be a well-oiled machine.
Sure.
Blueprint in terms of what a website should look like when
Sure.
it comes to tourism. They have a booking system, we need something the same. They have a calendar on the website, we need that as well on our own
Exactly.
website. The guests that were coming through as well, Nabo, okay, who they are, Basuka P, Benzandoni, the reviews, the whole thing about a review becoming a reference for the next guest.
It's very important.
Was important
Very
to us
important,
as well.
yeah.
And then safety first as well. We've worked with countless organizations, but in every time we worked with an organization, we're there to learn.
Sure.
We'll know if an organization is organized or disorganized based on looking at who we've worked at in the past.
Yeah, sure,
Okay,
sure.
so and so has these systems. They're efficient. They don't delay izinto bona. Indlela siyayibona.
They can deliver
Awu,
on
sure,
time.
sishaya ngemaze yana siyalahleka.
Sure.
Idinga ulungiswa le nto, idinga
Yeah,
ulungiswa.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and we would come in and just submit to the work, because most people want to work for today so that they can earn it tomorrow. And for us, it's we're working for today so that there's
And we're
another
gonna
job.
earn-
There's another job, Ngomso.
Sure.
Forget about you pay me, Ngomso. No, work for namhlanje, that Ngomso there's another job.
Must keep up, bro.
Yeah, so that always you come back, and that has been the formula where every relationship we had was maintained right through and through. The guys we started with 2016 on Airbnb, there's only a handful, maybe if I remember, that are still there. Some people, when the platform changed and started to take a percentage back, people were like, we're dropping. But for us, it was like, wait, if the company was giving you free money for so long, yabo, what changes? Because they just want you to commit to the platform.
Sure.
The test is done. It's time to work. So stick it through. We've done more than I don't know how many tours.
Yeah.
We've hosted, I don't know how many guests. I don't know how many guests, but even till today, someone was like, "Oh, I'm like, hey, I don't remember you." To be honest, not that I forgot.
Yeah, because you work with a lot of people. You work with a lot of people, bro. Yeah.
I'll remember the recent relationships or the relationships that have lasted for so long because there's been constant communication.
Yeah.
But if we've done just one experience, aye.
But come on. How many countries? Because I know tourists from different countries, whether from France, Paris, America, Ukraine.
I mean, we've traveled the world, bro.
Jeez.
We have not physically been there, but we've
Yeah,
traveled
of
the
course.
world.
The people come
literally,
to
my
you.
friend. We've hosted people from Luxembourg, guys from Singapore,
Jeez.
China, Japan. We've had guys from North America, Korea, guys from Peru, Brazil, UK. We've traveled the world, my bros. Spain, Italy. And we've had language barrier situations.
Yeah, wait, now you need a translator.
Yeah, we even had to use Google one time to be a translator
Because they
because
can't speak English.
the couple, the boyfriend is the one that is fluent in English. The girlfriend speaks Portuguese. So now we in a vibey space, yabo. We can't be like, hey, daughter, I need to tell you something to tell your girlfriend. It's like, nah, damn, let me just type Google, man.
Sure.
And then answer phone, man. Like,
No, guys, the story is very unique. It's very unique.
so we travel.
You know, we are inspired as English broken business, and I know this is gonna be one of the longest interviews that we've done, guys. But it's very important. It is their story. It's very important. Remember, it's two giants here. They were friends, but now they are brothers. You know, Minangaitanda gave romance. You know, guys that started friends and then they end up as brothers. They're always together. You know, any other business, my kalagaj, you know, it's like we can say which is going to be successful, you know, because of the brotherhood and stuff. So, Brian, where can the people get you? I know you are hosting tourists, guys from overseas and all that, but if maybe I'm a local from Khayelitsha, from Soweto, Tembisa, or I'm just from like Khayelitsha, can you guys host me if maybe I want to have the experience of the work that you do?
Oh yeah, no. It starts at home,
Oh, okay.
To be honest,
Yeah.
education starts at home.
Exactly.
I think tourism is the biggest educational tool we have, Yabo. And for anyone who's a Cape Townian that understands Ikasi, they'll know we are based at Lookout Hill.
Sure.
If I Lookout Hill, it's Spine Road.
It's Spine Road. Then they will know the Spine Road.
Biking.
Yeah.
And the whole idea, of course, for us was every township has a story to tell, Yabo. And we tell stories through tours.
Okay.
So people can join us for a party experience where some is your groover. They can definitely experience something very different about Groovekasi. We can ride bikes where we sightsee, like explore the diverseness of Ilogish and how it got to be built, the way that it looks like. We do running, which is a local culture. I actually say it's a local culture in any city.
Sure.
Where people just want to keep in shape just by jogging.
Yeah.
But for us, we find it's a way that democratizes the way that you experience like a gas.
Yeah.
You see it different when you go balek. Antu was to chulugile just
Earlier on.
so it literally just changes the way people view. We do custom packages.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of like local experiences with guys from Joburg, Durban, and it feels different when you're hosted by a local because now you're getting the educational part, but also on Bumnandi.
Sure.
And you throw the parallels like, hey, there's this thing, it looks the same, or we do it this way, but this side, you guys do it
differently.
And you can become more comfortable as a local because now you feel like you have a friend, Yabo. And it just makes you feel that much more comfortable in coming back and calling me up. I'm like, Buntu, bruh. I'm back. Cape Town. Still want to do that thing now.
Lovely.
And then on all social platforms, Sikona, but the most dominating one, I could say, your Instagram, your Facebook, Yabo.
Okay. So what are you on your Instagram and your Facebook?
If you're everyone that went to grade R, ABCD, like the alphabet.
Oh, ABCD.
Yeah.
Jengamans.
And then there's the minus sign, which is called a hyphen, Yabo.
Okay.
Concepts with an S at the end.
Danko.
.co.za.
ABCD
That's
with
the
a
website.
hyphen .co.
That's the website.
Aye.
And then on every other platform, it's at ABCD.
At
Concepts.
ABCD. Lovely. Bafetu, thank you for your time. I know like we can chat the whole day and the whole week. Your story is very unique, Bafet, and thank you for inviting into your space and also walking into your journey. Us as English broken business, it's Lung said Bafet as fun as saying, you guys, you don't seem like in Khayelitsha. It's Lung saying it's on another level, Bafet. I feel so bad, it's Lung Sam. Having his Polish, but I didn't have time, Bafet. But I see everybody, Bafet. It's English broken business. We bring you such stories, inspiring stories. And some of you know these people you grew up with them or you went to school with them, or maybe and you're like, fuck, I know this guy, you know. So those are things that we're here to deliver to you guys, inspirational stories. Please do follow them and also come to experience what they're doing. You know, I will also love and I will also commit myself to come and experience their journey. As English broken business Bafetu, we are here to say we push each other. Shout squared. you know, which are Khayelitsha's finest. And they also wearing their brand, you know. So we're strictly local like that. We're strictly local like that. Guys, thank you so much. Please do share the video and look out for another coming exciting episode. Danko is thank you. Bafethu ngiyabonga. Thank you so much, Bafethu. Thank you, Yaya Prayam.